Stop resisting! Stay down! Get off me! Backup's en route. Hold him steady.
What would you do if you were lying face down on wet asphalt, your hands locked behind your back, your cheek burning against the ground, while a police radio crackled next to your ear and an officer kept shouting, "Stop resisting," even though you hadn't moved at all? And what if, before the sun fully rose, that single lie began the slow collapse of two careers that would never recover? Before we continue, welcome to Silent Echo Stories. These are stories that don't shout, but they stay with you. If this one hits you, show your support in your own way and tell us where you're watching from. Every voice matters. The man on the ground that morning was named Marcus Hale. Most people wouldn't have noticed him if they passed him on the street. He didn't dress flashy. He didn't speak loudly. He didn't carry himself like someone important. Marcus was a judge. He had worked his way there slowly. Years of school, years of long nights, years of sitting quietly and listening while other people argued. He believed the law only worked if people felt heard. In his courtroom, he was calm and fair. Lawyers trusted him even when they lost. Defendants respected him even when he ruled against them. Outside of work, Marcus lived a simple life. He lived alone. He drove an old car with scratches on the door. He shopped at regular stores. He didn't talk about his job unless someone asked. Running was his habit. Every morning before court, he ran the same trail, same loop, same shoes, same pace. He liked the routine. It gave him something steady in a job filled with chaos. Running helped him breathe again after long days of heavy cases. It reminded him he was just a person. That morning, he woke before sunrise. The air was cold. The sky was gray. He put on a dark hoodie, shorts, and old running shoes. No badge, no robe, no proof of who he was, just a man going for a run. The police cruiser that rolled toward the trail carried two officers. Officer Grant was behind the wheel. He had been on the job long enough to trust his gut more than policy. He believed control mattered. He didn't like being questioned. Officer Miller sat beside him, younger, quieter. He laughed at Grant's jokes and followed his lead. He told himself it was easier that way. They had received a call minutes earlier. Someone had reported a suspicious person running early in the morning. No crime was mentioned. No threat. Just a feeling. To Grant, that was enough. When he saw Marcus jogging alone in dark clothes, his mind filled in the rest. The cruiser slowed beside Marcus. He noticed it but kept running until Grant stepped out and told him to stop. Marcus slowed to a walk and pulled out one earbud. "What's going on?" he asked. Grant said there had been a call. Someone suspicious, someone matching his description. Marcus said he lived nearby. He said he ran this trail all the time. He asked if there was a problem. Grant asked for ID. Marcus nodded and reached toward his pocket. "Don't move," Grant said. Marcus froze. Miller stepped closer. "Too close? Hands where I can see them." "They are," Marcus said, holding them up slightly. Grant asked again for ID. Marcus said calmly that he would show it if they let him reach for it. He said he was a judge, not loud, not angry, just honest. The officers laughed. "Sure you are," Grant said. Marcus reached slowly for his pocket. Grant grabbed his arm. Marcus stumbled but stayed upright. "Please don't do this," Marcus said. Grant twisted his arm higher. Pain shot through his shoulder. Miller pushed him forward. Marcus hit the ground hard. His face scraped against the pavement. The air rushed out of his lungs. A knee pressed into his back. "Stop resisting," Grant said. "I'm not resisting," Marcus said. His voice shook. Blood filled his mouth. The cuffs snapped shut. Tight. Too tight. The radio crackled inches from his ear. Marcus stared at a crack in the asphalt. Ants crawled in and out of it. He said his name. They searched him. They found his wallet. They opened it. The ID was right there. Grant stopped talking. Miller stared at the card longer than necessary. Their faces changed. Not fear, not shame, just surprise. They pulled Marcus to his feet. "You should have said something earlier," Grant muttered. Marcus laughed once. It came out wrong. "I did," he said. They put him in the back of the cruiser anyway. At the station, the mood shifted. A supervisor arrived, then another. Someone typed Marcus's name into a computer. A courtroom photo appeared on the screen. Same face, same name. The room went quiet. Marcus sat on a bench. His wrists burned. His shoulder sagged. His hoodie was torn. Dried blood sat on his lip. No one apologized. They uncuffed him and said he was free to go. Marcus asked for their names. One officer sighed. The other stared at the floor. Marcus drove himself to the hospital. The doctor said his shoulder was damaged. The nurse took pictures of his injuries. Marcus stared at the ceiling and tried not to shake. By noon, body camera footage was being copied. By evening, it was being watched. The video showed everything: his calm voice, his raised hands, the grab, the shove, the knee. The words "stop resisting" played again and again. The city released a short statement. An investigation was opened. The officers were placed on leave. Then the internet stepped in. People slowed the footage down, counted seconds, compared tones, dug into the officers' past. Old complaints surfaced, old stops, old warnings that had gone nowhere. Within weeks, the findings were clear. There was no legal reason for the stop, no reason for force, no reason to keep him in cuffs after seeing his ID. Bias played a role. Both officers were fired. The state reviewed their licenses. At the hearing, Marcus sat in the front row. His arm was still in a brace. Grant stared straight ahead. Miller cried. The decision was read aloud. Permanent ban from law enforcement. No badge, no gun, no second chance. Outside, reporters asked Marcus how he felt. He said he felt tired. That night, he didn't run. He walked the trail instead. The same crack in the asphalt was there. The ants were gone. The trail was quiet. But when a car slowed nearby, his body tightened on its own. Power doesn't always look powerful, and prejudice doesn't care who you are until the truth catches up. If this story stayed with you, support Silent Echo Stories in your own way. Subscribe, share it, drop a like, and let us know where you're listening from. These stories matter, and so does remembering them.